So we are live after a long time without recording any video or even going live. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to explore a little bit about how to contribute to Flutter. As you can see the title, day one of my 12-month journey to contribute to Flutter. It's like I already contribute to Flutter, so now I feel like it's time to give back to the community. I had never contributed to Flutter before, and this year I have decided that I will spend at least 1 hour of my day to learn something new about Flutter and how I can contribute back to it. Okay, this is the first video of a set of a lot of videos that we are going to record, or we are going to publish in this here, and this is gonna be very interesting because there is no a like what can I say? There is no what else what I don't have any plan, I don't have any script for the video, it's just something spontaneous, like something like, okay, I will open the Flutter website or the Flutter organization GitHub and explore the issue, start working on the issue. So even I don't know which problems I will be facing while I'm live. So the idea of this video is to document everything or to do this in public, so you can also maybe get inspired and do the same and contribute to Flutter 2 or to other open source project. So okay, before starting, I will just ask you to share this video. I know I could do this video in Portuguese, but unfortunately it's not the main target. Okay, I'm not aiming to any target, a specific target. So I think if I record this or if I do these series in English, it will have a broader audience. So that's my goal. That's why I'm not speaking Portuguese, because it's gonna be very limited. Okay, but yeah, that's it. So let's start the video. Okay, so in fact, I already recorded this video last week, but unfortunately, like I don't do that. I don't do this for a long time ago, and I was recording, but my audio was not there. Okay, so now I have to repeat everything I have done already. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I think you can. I hope you can hear me very well. And I see two guys are following right now, but okay. Thank you very much for guys staying here. And this is I'm gonna tell you that it's gonna be a very long video, at least 2 hours or 1 hour and a half. And okay, let's see the agenda of today. Okay, let me come to I asked ChatGPT to prepare a roadmap, okay, to a roadmap just to guide me through the journey. It's just beginning, because you can see a lot of things that we are going to do today, we won't do in the other days. For example, one example is exploring the community, the license, the repositories, and the setup Flutter locally on my machine. This is something that I will do only once, and maybe if I change my system, I will do again, but I don't have to record it. Okay, so this is something that I will be doing in the backstage. If I have to repeat something, I will do this in the backstage. Review feedbacks and existing PRs and iterate. Pick up our first issue. That's gonna be very interesting. And yeah, this is gonna. I think we also have session date here. So today is 4th. And today we are going to start with the community, license, repository, and set up the project locally. And on Friday, okay, it's Friday. It's showing Saturday, but it's Friday. On Friday, we are going to revise the technology in Flutter, like let's explore widgets, elements, render object, and lifecycle. But we are going to do this in a different ways. It's not like we are just reading the documentation. We are going to read documentation, and we are going to explore the implementation of widgets, elements, render object, lifecycle. Okay, we are going to see this in code, how it works. So I think this will help me for the bad purpose. Okay, it will help me to understand how widgets are rendered on screen, and it will help me to maybe implement some change quickly and stuff. Okay, so I believe this is a good path to follow. And the next Friday we are going to, I don't know if it's Friday, so it's Saturday. Sunday, it's six is, yeah, Friday. On Saturday, I'm also doing this on Saturday, like Friday. Now we can put here, but it's now 7. And 7, we are going to review feedbacks on this HPI. And this is also very interesting task. This is also a very interesting task, you know. Yeah, then we are going to do this on Sunday, no day off, no days off, okay? At least 1 hour. 1 hour is enough, you know. Sunday. Sunday is gonna be 8th, okay, 8th. Yeah, on Sunday, let's pick our first issue. This is gonna be very tricky because there are 2 ways we can do that. Maybe we can find one issue inside the repository, report it, then wait for 3H, and I think it's gonna take it's gonna take time. Okay, so instead, what we can do is like we can pick up an existing issue, a 3-agent issue, and ask the maintainers to assign them to us. But before doing this, we have to make sure, we have to estimate how much time it's gonna take to complete the issue, how much time I'm available to work on that issue, so that I cannot open a pull request and stay there like and keep the pull request open for months. Okay, I don't want something, but it really doesn't depend on me. Okay, it really doesn't depend on me. But yeah, but I don't want to pick up something that I won't be able to complete. Okay, I'm not saying that I will pick up something easy, but yeah, that's our first issue. So we should start with the small things so we grow, increase sequentially. Okay, so we start with small things, then medium, then the most advanced thing. This is how you can contribute to open source without getting stuck. Okay, yeah. So write test for the contribution. Well, this is kind of, well, this will depend on the task that we are going to pick. Okay, so we will always write unit tests, integration tests for whatever feature we add, whatever bug we fix. We have to write tests, I think so. And start rendering pipeline, schedule the binding. Okay, then we are going to move to some more what you say, like I will explain this later. Okay, this is the first 3 weeks, or the first 2 weeks or something like that, and then we are going to see how it's gonna evolve on the time. Okay, now let's come to Flutter. Let's come to there are 2 websites that we are going to explore. Let me just maybe open another Windows here, and let me close these and these. Yeah. Wait. Why they are? Okay. Yeah. So we're going to work with this. And you know, guys, as I told you last time, I already did this, and I have already cloned the project, but I haven't set up yet. We are going to do this in this video. So they have 2 websites. The first one is flutter.dev. This is the official website of Flutter. If you don't know, Flutter is an open source framework for building beautiful, natively compiled and multi-platform application for a single code base. That means you write your code once, and you can run in different devices, like embedded device, like watch, smartwatch, TV, cars, and you can also run on mobile, like your smartphone for Android and iOS. You can also build a web application and desktop application for both Windows and Mac OS. And yeah, this is a quick introduction about Flutter. I think you guys already know. I bet you guys already know Flutter. So we are not going to focus on how to get started with Flutter, instead how to contribute to Flutter. So for that, we are going to it to GitHub, okay, and write Flutter. So this is the official GitHub organization of Flutter. It has 21,000 followers. And the number of stars, can we see the total number of stars? No, we can't. But yeah, the Flutter repository itself has 170K stars, and the sample says 19K. And the website, like this website, is also open source, and you can also contribute to this. You know, when people come to contribute, I think they have to contribute only to the framework, but you are not contributing to the technology itself. You are contributing to the ecosystem, okay? And the ecosystem is like involve everything that is around this project, which is the website of Flutter. This is also very important because people get to know how to get started with Flutter through the documentation, okay, through the official website. And the samples, for example, is also another way to contribute. You can explore the collection of Flutter example and demos. It's also very useful. And testers, packages, yeah, you can contribute to all of these, and you are still contributing to the Flutter ecosystem. Okay, so the aim of this journey is to contribute to the Flutter ecosystem, not only to Flutter framework. Okay, not the framework of Flutter engine. So that's it. We are going to explore a little bit the community. So you can see here, welcome to the Flutter organization. Flutter is an open source UI toolkit for building beautiful, natively compiled applications for mobile, web, desktop, and embedded device from single code base. Flutter is primarily funded by Google with contributions from all around the world. Get started with Flutter. To learn more about Flutter, see flutter.dev. Get up to speed quickly. Start with our getting started guide. Get involved. So this is what we are looking for. We are looking to get involved with the Flutter community. Okay, you can join the fun by following our contributing guide. Everyone is welcome. Okay, so the main repositories, all the repositories of Flutter, I think it's the main one. How many repositories are there? I don't know. But yeah, those are the main ones, okay? The Flutter project has a number of repository. You see, they say Flutter projects, okay? It's not only one repository. It has a lot of repositories. Flutter project has a number of repositories. Some important ones include, okay, those are the most important repository we can explore. Dev tools, Flutter, the framework engine, and Flutter command line tool. Like Flutter command line tool is like when you, I'm open my terminal. Oh, in a minute. No, not this. I forgot how to open the terminal through. It is Ctrl-Alt-T. Yeah. So when you write Flutter Doctor, for example, I'm not sure you guys are, let me just check something. I'm not sure you guys are following along, or you are, maybe I can check the comments. Can you guys comment something so that I can see you are there? Nope. But that's okay. All right. So yeah, so the Flutter command line is, oh wait, by the way, okay, yeah, there is an error. The Flutter command line is this one, okay? So this is just a command line application, a CLI application, okay? CLI stands for command line interface, okay? It's an interface, yeah, command line interface application. So like this repository, which repository? This repository also include this app, okay? For example, when you write a command the doctor or version, for example, I think it is version. Yeah, when you write Flutter Dart or version, it's that all of these are handled by this command line tool. Okay, inside the Flutter repository. Flutter IntelliJ, which is IntelliJ, which is the plugin for the Flutter packages, the Dart package maintained by the Flutter team, such as animation, RFW, camera, and WebView Flutter. Samples, test, website. The Flutter engine was previously located at but has since been merged with Flutter. Okay, so before it was a separate repository for both the engine and Flutter framework, but they have merged both together. So like the engine is the rendering backend, which is ported at each platform we support. Okay, that's going to be, we're also going to explore is how this works, because it's very important for us to understand how this works, you know. Yeah, so we are going to start with the Flutter framework, of course, but before, we have to always read the contribution guide, okay? Yeah, so we are now in the contribution guide, contributing to Flutter. Welcome. We invite you to join the Flutter team, which is made up of volunteers and sponsors folk alike. There are many ways to contribute, including writing code, filling issues on GitHub, helping people on our mailing list or our chat channels, on Stack Overflow, helping to triage, reproduce, or fix bugs that people have filled, adding to our documentation, doing outreach about Flutter, or helping out in any other way. So basically, whatever I'm doing right now is also contributing to Flutter, because I'm talking to you about contributing to Flutter. Okay, so basically, I am doing the outreach of Flutter. So I'm also contributing. There are a lot of ways you can contribute to an open source project, and they have mentioned here very well. You can help people on mailing list, channels, like Discord channels. People always have questions about Flutter. People always have issues and stuff, and you can help them, and you are also contributing. Or you can do that on Stack Overflow, helping to triage. Triage is like you pick up one issue, try to reproduce it, and if the error really exists, then you are going to validate the issue. Otherwise, don't. And if it's a feature request, you check if that request makes sense. You know, that's also triage. Reproduce or fix bugs that people have filled, adding to our documentation. Or maybe you can also add something that is not clear on the documentation. This is also a way to contribute to Flutter. Doing outreach, I already talked to you about that. So we grant commit access, which includes the right to issue database, such as being able to edit labels to people who have gained our trust and demonstrated commitment to Flutter. So basically here, they will grant you commit access if you keep consistent and help people. Like if you are contributing and you are active in the community, they will grant you this commit access. So you can, for example, assign one issue to you if you are available to work on that. You can also add labels. You know, if someone feels a bug issue, you can also add a label like this is a bug. Maybe, of course, you have to do that after making the triage. Okay, yeah. So we also read more about the more details about the contributor access, but later. Maybe not today, because that's not our goal. But it's very important to understand how they do that, you know. But we are not going to take a look at that today. We communicate primarily over GitHub and Discord. All right. So GitHub, I think they have this. GitHub, I think they have these GitHub discussions, maybe. No, so I don't know how they. I don't know how they get in touch on GitHub. Maybe through the issues, PRs, or something like that. Because I don't see any discussions here. You know, like discussion is something like some projects, for example, Streamzy. If I go to StreamZ, which is the project I contributed, you'll see discussions. Okay, yeah, you'll see discussions here, and it's also very good for the community. And plus, you can also see like top discussion this past month. Okay, it's also very interesting. But okay, that's not about StreamZ. Yeah. So and yeah, we were here. So let's try to join Discord because we are meeting the community, and it's very important to know where the community actually meet. Okay, to discuss about Flutter, everything about Flutter. Okay, so they say they primarily use GitHub and Discord. So we have to make sure that you are on the Discord server. Okay, so let's see. All right, all right. Wait, well, as I told you, I already work with Flutter. Wait, I'm already part of the community. Do you agree with follow? Okay. Are you or would you like to be a contributor to Flutter? Yes. Please be respectful and only participate if you are actively involved in working on Flutter. Okay. Wait, let's go back. You will be added to welcome in general. You also receive the contributor role. Oh, that's cool. Read integrate server rules. Before sending anyone a DM, ask them in public channel if that's okay. When asking for help, use the help channel. The hackers dash star channels are for discussion among people contributing to Flutter. Okay, this is our channel of interest. Okay, you must be actively welcoming at all times. For details, see. Okay, thank you. Finish. All right. So we know that this, you see, this section is for contributors only. Okay. So those are private. Do I have access? Oh, I do. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So that's it. So this is the main, okay, this is our main channel of interest. Like we are going to explore like some previous chats here about contributing to Flutter. What are people asking? Who are the maintainers? You know, who are the contributors and stuff. And yeah, let's explore and explore a little bit more about the. Let's see what we can explore after. Okay, welcome. We are read on Discord. Before you get started, we encourage you to read these documents which describe some of our community norms. Our code of conduct. Okay, I would normally skip this, but I'm doing this in public, so I can't because I'm a cool guy. Of course, I am not here to stress anyone. Okay, but let's read. Let's go through the code of conduct or COC. Flutter projects expect Flutter contribute to act professionally and respectfully. Flutter contributors are expected to maintain the safety and dignity of Flutter social environments, such as GitHub and Discord. Specifically, respect people, their identities, their culture, and their work. Be kind, be courteous, be welcoming. Listen, consider, and acknowledge people's point before responding. That's common sense, of course. Should you experience anything that makes you feel unwelcome in Flutter's community, please contact at flutter.dev, or if you prefer, directly contact someone on the project. For instance, he, he, she, how to pronounce this? Okay. The Flutter project will not tolerate harassment Flutter community even outside of the Flutter's public communications channels. Okay. So that means, for example, they said they communicate primarily on GitHub and a Discord, right? But if you are on event, for example, the Flutter has been organizing some events around the world about Flutter and stuff. If you are in that event, for example, the code of conduct applies. Okay, so you have to make sure you will follow these, and you any the respect any violation of the code of conduct will not be tolerated. Okay, yeah, that's what they mean here, even outside of Flutter's public communication channel. Yeah. Conflict resolution when multiple contributors disagree on the direction of a particular patch or the general directions of the project. The conflict should be resolved by communication. The people who disagree should get together, try to understand each other's points of view, and work to find a design that addresses everyone's concern. It's okay. This one is sufficient to resolve issues. If you cannot come to an agreement, ask the advice of a more senior member of the project. Be aware of agreement by attrition, where one person argues a point repeatedly until other participants give up in the interest of moving on. This is not complete resolution, as it does not address everyone's concerns. Be aware of agreement by compromise, where two good competing solutions are merged into one mediocre solution. A conflict is addressed when the participants agree that the final solution is better than all the conflicting proposals. Sometimes the solution is more work than either of the proposal. Embrace the yak shave. What's this? Okay, that's I think style guide for Flutter repo lays programming. Questions. It's always okay to ask questions. Our systems are large and nobody will be an expert in all the systems. Once you find the answer, document it in the first place you look at. That way, the next person will be brought up to speed even quicker. That makes all sense. All right, so we have read and we have agreed to the code of conduct. So let's go to the next topic. Maybe we can just yep. Now we have to read the values. Okay, we have to read the values. The code of conduct is done. This is also done. We can close. Yeah. Let's core value. Build the best way to develop user interface, focus on the user and all else will follow. Openness, maintaining quality, having fun doing it, support, levels of support. Okay, that's okay. I think that's okay. Those are things that are boring really here, because I think guys, you guys want to know, like, are more interested in how to set up the projects and stuff. Yeah, like start hacking. So I will do this in the backstage. I promise. I will read. I promise. Yeah. So let's go to the helping out in the issue database. Okay, so it seems like this is the ways you can contribute to Flutter, as we said before. Let me just, yeah, as I said before, this is one way to contribute to Flutter. So here they are documenting two ways: triage, like helping out in the database, in the issue database; quality assurance, developing for Flutter; dev tools, out helping with existing PRs, outreach, API documentation, releases, social event in the contributed community. Okay, those are all ways to contribute to Flutter. I'm more interested in developing for Flutter, but I'm okay doing the other ones. Okay, but just know that in this journey, I just want to document the developing for Flutter part. Okay, yeah, not quality assurance. I can contribute in that way, but I won't. Don't expect me recording any video about that. Yeah. So let's start with the issue triage, which is helping in the issue database. That's also very interesting. I think I'm going to do so because this is a very interesting way to get involved. Okay, to get started, you will know the project, you will know the community, and you will be maybe it is easier to do a triage. You go to the GitHub, go to the issues, do it, read the issues, try out locally, and write your thoughts on the same issues, and or maybe in the community on the Discord or something. That's I think that's easier than pick up some issue, work on it, submit a pull request, and wait months to get your pull request to review it. Okay, so doing 3H is some way to build trust inside the community. I believe so. Okay, I believe so, because when you do 3H, you at the same time explore the project, you understand the project. Okay, you understand what are the people's pain, and you'll be trying while you are reproducing something, you understand how it should work, so that's why while you are doing this, you'll be like growing so fast. Okay, you will know about the project a lot, you will know a lot about the project. Okay, so this is something I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do on backstage. Okay, I'll be on the Discord, I'll be active on the issues. I'll be maybe set up some GitHub actions to watch news issues on GitHub on this Flutter and send me emails so I can go and check, read. Maybe when I'm on bars or something, I will just read the issue. Then when I get home, I will try something and see if I can reproduce that. And yeah, just doing 3H. But I have to follow the guidelines of like the guides of 3H of 3H. Yeah, so let's read. 3H is the process of going through bugs reports and determining if they are valid, finding out how to reproduce them, catching duplicate reports, and generally making our issue list useful for our engineers. If you want to help us 3H, you are very welcome to do so. First, join Hackers 3H. We are doing that now. We are already in the Hackers 3H. Where are you, Hackers 3H? Done. We found it. Okay, I think I can pin this. I can't pin. I can. Okay, I can pin, and the notification settings, all message, and let's see what. Okay, there are not so many. The last okay, the last activity was on last Friday. I'm seeing new crash report. Okay, I don't see anything in the issue so far. It's a regression. Okay, also I just left a comment, but in general, if something is a regression, if you reproduce it, it's very helpful to identify at least the stable version regression range. All right. Yes, probably I enter while typing. Thanks for not finding me. I just removed it. Okay. All right, so this is the issue hackers triage, and I'm gonna do this in backstage. Okay, yeah, this is something. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be too much fun. Read how code of conduct. I read done it. Help out has described in how triage guide. You want to be able. Okay, as I told you, triage is something that I will do in the backstage, so it doesn't make sense to read the triage guide right now. Maybe I will just read the 3H guide when I'm doing my first 3H or something like that. Okay, so let's skip this. What the heck? Familiarize yourself with how I issue a chain week page, which covers the meanings of some important GitHub labels, milestones. This is a must. Okay, this is a must, not only for TriH, but also for contributing to Flutter. So let's see. Oh my God, I had a lot of information here. So maybe let's just see the TLDR, avoiding asking about states of an issue. If we have an update, we'll post it. If you have permission, say back to yourself if you are working on them. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. If that means if you have commit access, or if we have permission to manage the labels, and we found an issue which is valid and we want to work on that, we just assign that to ourselves. We don't need to ask anyone to assign. That's cool. That's very cool actually. Assign back that you are not working on soon. That's what I told you. Like, I don't want to assign tasks. I don't want to pick up issues that I won't work on that soon. Okay, yeah. So if we do so, we are going to assign it. By the way, in the first thing I did in this here was to unassign issues that I got assigned and I had never opportunity to work on. So I will prove it. So if I come to issues on my GitHub page, and okay, those are, wait, I still have a lot. What the heck? I still have a lot, but okay, only 12 issues. This one I'm already working on, I'm already working on, but it's stuck, not depending on me. Like this community asked me to write a proposal, and I wrote the proposal, and they are reviewing the proposal. This also assigned to me, and I also made the proposal. And by the way, this is not an issue. This is a pull request. Yeah, this is a pull request. This is also a pull. Let me see. I just want to see issues. Yeah. Okay. See, if you take a closer look, you won't find things like, for example, most of the issues here are from my personal projects. Okay, like this is a personal project. This is a personal project. This is a personal project. This is also like the Angola open source community project. I will work on that, of course. This is a project that I'm maintaining by Pedro Masango, which is the first Angolan Flutter expert. Shout out to Pedro Masango, by the way. He also contributes to Flutter, by the way. Yeah. And I'm one of the maintainer of Banana Bar, which is a Flutter package. Very cool, actually. Yeah. So I'm also working on that issues this year. I promise I will do that. And yeah, this is also my personal project. Okay. And this is a project, these two issues I'm already working on. Yeah. So the first thing I did this year was to unassign all the issues that I knew I won't work on them. Yeah. So I asked it gently, please unassign. Yeah. That's okay. Let's go back to our point of discussion. If any issue is not assigned, assume it's available to be worked on. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we are not reading all of this today. This is a lot of information, and we don't want to. We will. It's like we will check this whenever we need. Okay. Yeah. And oh, whenever we need means if we're this is issue is IGN, right? Yeah, for example, if I'm creating issues, if I'm assigning issues, commenting and stuff, I have to make sure I follow those. Yeah, so let's go back to the once you have been doing this for a while, someone will invite you to Flutter. Okay, that means once you are active in doing 3H, someone will invite you to the Flutter hacker team on GitHub, and you will be able to add labels too. Okay, that means you will be granted commit access or contributor access. That's cool. Now, the other way you can contribute to Flutter is by doing quality assurance, okay? One of the most useful tasks closely related to 3H is finding and filling bug reports, testing beta release, looking for regressions, creating test cases, adding to our test suites, and the other works along those lines can really drive the quality of the product up. Creating tests that increase our test coverage, writing tests for issues or that have filled, all these tasks are really valuable contributions to the open source projects. That's clean. That's clean. Okay. If it is interest you, you can jump in and submit bug reports without needing anyone's permission. You see, you don't need permission of anyone. Okay. Yeah, you don't need anyone's permission. Just go, jump, pick up, do, and contribute. The quality assurance channels on Discord, on how Discord is a good place to talk about what you are doing. We are especially eager for QA testing when we announce a beta release. See quality assurance for more details. If you want to contribute test cases, you can also submit PR, see the next session for how to set up your development environment or ask in hacker test on Discord. All right. So we have reached the our interest point, which is developing for Flutter. If you prefer to write to write code, consider starting with the list of good first issues for Flutter. Let's see. Okay, this to get started contributing to Flutter with the code, they recommend you to start with the Flutter repository or Flutter Dev Tools repository. Okay, so the good first issues, those are some good first issues. We are going to check. We are going to check, of course. Okay, let's just skip this for now. We're going to check. Wait, yeah, and the Flutter Dev Tools reference the respective session below for further instructions. Framework engine and engine to develop. To develop for Flutter, you will eventually need to become familiar with our process and convention. The session lists the documents that describe this methodology. The following list is ordered. You are strongly recommended to go through these documents in the order presented, okay? So we have to follow this sequence. The first one is signing up your engine development environment, which describes the steps you need to configure your computer to work on Flutter engine. If you only want to write code for the Flutter framework, you can skip this step. You see, even though both are in the same repository, they are two different projects, okay? So we are going to start contributing to the Flutter framework, so we don't need to set up our engine development environment, okay? We are going to skip this. That's also interesting, and we will do that, of course. Setting up framework development environment, which describes the steps you need to configure your computer to work on Flutter, okay? And then the 3 IGN, which covers how to land API, how to do code review, how to handle breaking changes, how to handle regressions, and how to handle post-commit test failures. Our style guide, which includes advice for designing APIs for Flutter and how to format code in the framework. Flutter design docs template, which should be used when proposing a new technical design. It's a good practice to do before coding more intricate changes. So this is also something that I want to talk a little bit more. It's like it's RFC, okay? It's like RFC. If you find a bug, or if someone has requested a new feature that the community agrees to work on, that okay, this feature, these bugs, we need to fix that, and it's not some simple task, rather it's a complex task, and you need to design the solution. You have to write these documents with the your design, okay? Yeah, design is like it's like a blueprint, okay? Like it will show to the Flutter engine or to the community how you are planning to approach the problem, okay? You are planning to approach the problem, and they will discuss with you if this makes sense. Like they will ask about your design decisions and stuff. This is a good way, and I think I have done this for the LFX mentorship. You know, like I was a mentee, and they also asked a proposal. Like the project was there and you need to write a proposal. I wrote the proposal, and I iterated over the proposal with the maintainers of the projects, and they asked questions about the design solutions, and that's how I got accepted, because it made sense, okay? So this is a very common practice in the open source community, in the streaming community where I contribute. So we also use proposal. I told you like a while ago that I wrote 2 proposals for the streams for 2 issues that I was working on. That was because both issues are complex, and they need a design. They need to see how I am planning to fix the same issues. Yeah, this is something that also happens in Flutter community, and I'm glad I already have experience with this. They have also some guidance for writing design docs. We are going to look that only when we need to write design docs. Okay, we don't need that now. We skip that now. And same thing for our code style. So we are not writing any code today, so it doesn't make sense to read the code style now. Okay, we are going to read the code style once we pick up our first issue and we want to work, and we have to read coding style and understand how we have to format the code and stuff. And the 3 IGN, it's also something that's yeah. I think I should maybe let's take a look what it's about. Three agent. Okay, let's just read the first paragraph. Okay, regression should be refactored first and equation asked later. Bring the tree to green is higher priority. A breaking change is one that breaks the tests in the Flutter test repo and thus needs migration guide. Expect that a new patch will be reviewed within 2 weeks unless it's fixing a P0 bug in which case it should be reviewed the same day. If it has not been reviewed in that time frame, reach out on chat. Okay, remember that reviewers are human beings with additional professional and personal responsibility. So don't don't blood up, don't flood their DMs with a lot of messages or something like this. I think that's what they meant. Introduction. This page covers how to land a PR. Okay, we are still going to read this when we have our first PR because now we are just going to take a lot of time, and I don't want to do that. Your time is precious, so I don't want you to waste your time on that. Yeah, so we're going to read all of these when we have before raising our first PR, of course, not after, before. Okay, we're going to do this before. They also have a video, the Boring Flutter Development Show. Do you wanna watch? It's 1 hour, so the video and this 1 hour is gonna be 2 hour videos, and that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this later. In addition, let's see. In addition to the documents, there is a video linked above. Okay, we already have, yeah, we already have the video there. So DevTools, contributing to code Dart and Flutter DevTools may be a good place to start if you are looking to dip your toes into contributing with a relatively low cost setup, or if you are generally excited about improving the Dart and Flutter developer experience. Please see the DevTools contributing guide and get started. Okay. That's interesting. Helping with the existing PR. Also, you have learned the process of contributing. You aren't sure what to work on next. You might be interested in help other developers complete their contribution by picking up an incomplete patch for the list of, oh, that's also interesting. That's also something we can do, of course. Outreach. If you are interested in the direction of developer relation, developer outreach, whether advocating for Flutter, answering questions in forums like Stack Overflow or Reddit, or creating content for our documentation or a site like YouTube, the best way starting is to join the Hackers DevRel Discord channel. All right, so check that. Hackers DevRel developer relations. Okay, nice. What can we do here? What is we in this the contents? Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, so let's go back. Where I think I was. Oh, I got lost. Yeah, I was here. And API documentation. Another great area to contribute in says sample code. I think this is another great area to contribute in is sample code. It is. I think that this sentence here, right here, doesn't make an. There's a mistake here, right? I don't know. Okay. Another great area to contribute in is sample code and API documentation. Okay, it's right. If this is an area that interests you, join our Discord server and introduce yourself to the Hacker DevRel Hackers Framework or Hackers Engine channel. Describing. Okay, so maybe should introduce. Okay, introduce yourself. I'm going to do this later. Okay. To contribute to API documentation, an excellent command of the English language is particular. I don't have, of course, the skills to contribute to API documentation. I'm struggling to say particularly helpful is a careful attention to the and has is a careful attention to detail. We have a whole section in our style guide that you should read before you write API documentation. It includes notes on the Flutter voice, just as how a word and grammar conventions. In general, a really productive way to improve documentation skills Flutter and anytime stop anytime you have equation. Find the answer, then document the answer where you first look for it. We also keep a list of areas that need better API documentation. In many cases, we have written down what needs to be said in the relevant issue, or we just haven't gotten around to doing it. All right, release. If you're interested in participating in our release process, which may involve writing release notes and blog posts, coordinating the actual generation of binary, updating our release tooling, and other works of that nature, then reach out on the hackers release channel of our Discord server. This is something that I will be working on. This is something that interests me. So let's find for hackers release. All right. So I'm also going to pin this. It doesn't have any pinned message, but okay. But I can pin channel to top. What's the other one? Where's the other one? Okay, pin channel to top. The other one is this one. Pin channel to top. And yep. Devrel, pin channel to top. Yeah. All right. So let's come back. Okay, social events, we are not interested in that. And yep. So we have met the community, we have read the contribution guide, we got the first impressions of the community, where to get the information, where to communicate issues, and where to communicate with the maintainers and stuff, and the other contributors, of course. So now we already know the direction of how to contribute to Flutter. And the next step now is to developing to Flutter. It's set up how, let me check my agenda, of course. Where is it? Oh, I closed it, by the way. But okay, that's all right. Oh, I forgot about license. License is something that is related to the repository. And I think all the repository use the same license, like BSD3 clause license. Okay, so let's see what this license is about. Redistribution using source and binary forms with or without modification are permitted, provided that the following conditions are met. Redistribution of source code must retain the above copyright, not this list of conditions and the following disclaimer. Redistribution in binary form must reproduce the above copyright, not this list of conditions and the following disclaimer in documentation. Neither the name of Google nor the names of its contributors may be used to endorse or promote products derived from this software without specific prior right and permission. Okay, this is also very important. It's very important. So if you build Flutter from source and then you build some product with it, you cannot endorse or promote the same product using Google's name or the contributor's name. Okay, yeah, they are not responsible, so don't do that. This software is provided by the copyright holders and contributes HAZIs and an express or implied warranties, including but not limited to the implied warranties of the merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose are disclaimed. In no event shall the copyright owner or contributors be liable for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, exemplary, or consequential damage, including but not limited to procurement of substitute good or service, loss of use data or proofs, or business interruption, however caused in and on an theory of liability, whether in contract, strictly liability, or third, including within license is fucking hard. But yeah, you get it. However, cause it and on any order of liability, whether in contract, street liability, or tort, including negligence or otherwise arising in any way out of the use of this software, even if advised of the possibility of such damage. All right. So we read the license. We read the license. And now, what else? The CLA. CLA is also something very important. I didn't see the contribution guide mentioning the CLA, but I'm also looking to read about the CLA. CLA is just like the contributor license agreement, and it's very important for me because uh, I have to make sure like I grant Google the permission to use my intellectual property because I will write code, like I will contribute to this project and I will write my own code to the project. And this belongs to me, okay? This belongs to me. This is my intellectual property. And I have to grant the access to use the way they want to use according to the license, okay? According to the license. So it's also something I'm looking for. And I don't know if they use CLA or they use DCO. So let's find out. Contribution guide, didn't mention it. And how can we find it? Yeah, they haven't mentioned it here. That's strange. Maybe issued to IGN. Let's see something about CLA. Oh, the bug. The best way to help us do so is to provide license according to, okay. That's why reading license is very important. PO0, POP1 style. No, I can't see nothing about. I can't see nothing about class. Maybe style, coding style. Let's see. That style. No way. Wait. This is very important. Why this is so far? This so far. Okay, signing commits. I think this. Flutter repository require that your commits are signed. This is DCO basically. To get started with the following, this will take me. Okay, how to sign commit. Okay, this is not what we want. Yeah, this is to sign a commit. What if they don't talk anything about the CLA? That's interesting. Okay, I will ask. I will ask in the community where I can find information about CLA. Yeah, maybe I can ask now. I think we should start. Yeah. Well, they already said if you, the first thing we have to do is to look up, okay? Even though I can't find it, but we have to try to find this to find it. So after this, we can look for like ask someone. Okay, yeah, I will take a look, a look after this. So let's now set up our project, set up our fork. The first thing is to fork the project. I'm not sure I have forked it. I have a fork. Yeah. Oh wait, choose I want. Oh, I already have a fork. That's cool. So I will. I'm going to go. Wait, let me just check. I already have the dev open source Flutter. Yeah, git remote. No, it's still using the remote from Flutter. So we have to change the remote. Okay, but before let's add. Okay, something that when I'm contributing to open source projects, I like to keep both remotes. Okay, so let me just find Flutter here. So I have Flutter here. Why did I fork this? I don't know. I will sync and I will copy the code and I'll add a new remote. Okay, so git remote add. We are going to call this is not upstream. Upstream is like the origin. Should okay, maybe upstream. Yeah, even though it's not upstream, we are just going to write it as upstream. Yeah, so now git remote. We have now two remotes. This is the Flutter repository and this is our repository. And I can do git fetch, for example, fetch upstream, and it's going to fetch only all the changes that, yeah, all the changes in the upstream, like in my repository on my fork. Okay, yeah. So I'm in the upstream master, git branch master, git branch r origin. Yeah, so let's go code. Let's open. I don't need to change any branch here. So let's go to the, oh god. Let's see, contributing Flutter documentation, contributor guide. All right, and from here we have this setting up environment framework. So I'm on Linux. I have Git. I have Android Studio. I think, yeah, I do. OVS Code, Android platform tools. Do I have Android platform tools? Let's check. Oh, I can check ADB. Yep, I do have. If you don't have, you just need to write this if you are Linux, or this if you are on Mac. Verify ADB in your path. If you are also working on the Flutter engine, okay, we are not working on that. Python, I think I do have Python. Python 3, I do. It's great, yeah. Done. And set up your environment. So now clone the Flutter repo. We have done that. By the way, this shouldn't be cloned, but instead fork. Well, either way works, but it's good practice to fork first. Yeah, you fork it, do a change on your branch or on your fork, then create a pull request. I think that's the best way to work on open source contributions. Yeah, but I say you have to fork this. So okay, then cd Flutter git remote rename origin upstream. Oh, okay. We have to do that. Let us rename. Okay, so git remove upstream. We are going to remove the upstream. Now git remote rename origin to upstream. Okay, now git remote add now origin is now gonna be is going to be my fork. Okay, I think it's https github.com, sorry, flutter, no, not flutter, it's antonio pedro 99 flutter.git git remote, yeah, git fetch origin. Yeah, yeah, nice. Change it, fork the flutter into you want git. Okay, now they are saying fork the flutter into you want git. Add your fork as the origin remote. Done. Remote to your local clone either using, okay, we have done that already. And verify the upstream and the origin name. Done. We have done that. We are going to repeat git remote. Yeah, so the origin is my fork and upstream is the Flutter repository. Okay, add the repositories bin, add the repos bin directory to your path. If you already have Flutter, a Flutter installation, you will either need to remove it from your path or use a full path, whether you are running flat. Oh, I see. So there is this bin folder is the one, like whenever we write Flutter, it should use this one and the not the so there is one issue here. I still have one project going on and I can't use my version of Flutter, of course. So we are going to do this. Let's see, if you already have a Flutter installation, you'll either need to remove it from your path or use a full path, whether you are running a Flutter in this repository. If you have okay, all right, so we don't need to change it, nothing here. Okay, if we want to use Flutter from the repository, we can just use the full path here. For example, I can just do bin bang I can just do bin Flutter doctor, for example. This is working. All right, so I don't want to touch my Flutter stable version because I still have some projects going on, so I will just do this. Yeah, this is working. Let's just wait. Okay, and yeah, that's it. And then we have to run Flutter package update. All right, this will recursively fetch all that package that Flutter depends on. If the version solving file git fetch upstream to update Flutter version or Flutter update package. All right. So done now. The next, let's just wait this to complete, or maybe we can do in parallel with command line. I'm already in Flutter, and I can. They say to run the update package. So bin Flutter update packages. Oh, that's not possible because we can just run one command at once at the time. So let's just wait this one to complete. Then we are going to, but this is taking a lot. Yeah, there's a thing. Oh, and resolving dependencies along the package. Oh, there's a red. Wait, is it? Not yet. There's a red resolving dependencies and stuff. Right. Yeah. Then the next step is running examples if to see if your setup works. The Flutter tool to learn the Flutter tool to learn about how the Flutter command line tool works, signing out for Flutter repo, agent, signing commit. First, I want to see everything working here. You say like some packages are missing out of date. Would you like to get them now? If we run this pub get, it's going to use the Flutter version that I have installed before. Okay, so we can't do that. We have to write this manually. Okay, using this pin folder right here. So you can see like this is showing the Flutter Doctor. Okay, this is package update, verifying file to update package. Flutter user should use instead of that pub. Okay, because Flutter package depends on Flutter view. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see, warning, Flutter on your patch results to I know which is not inside your grant Flutter SDK checkout it. Consider adding home open source Flutter into the front of your path. That okay, this is not actually an error. Okay, this is a warning. Yeah, and notification. Linux, I don't want to develop for Linux. That's okay. And yeah, this is okay. This is not actually an error. It's just a warning. Okay, yeah. And then I can do bin flutter pub get to resolve the dependencies. And they also say something about resolving the dependency. If you have a version solving errors when trying to run examples below, you are running a version of Flutter other than the one checked out here. What does it mean? Got dependencies 5 are this. Oh, it's not updated. Maybe see, I still have a lot of errors. Yeah, I still have a lot of them. Still have a lot of them. So we can check if you have a version solving. Okay, let's try Flutter. No, it's so big Git. No changes. Okay. Yeah, but it resolved the problem. So basically we had to update the repository and everything is now working fine. No errors, as you can, oh, we do have one error, maybe three, no, four. We have four errors. The name parameter law is not defined. I think there's also something about the range, you know. Yeah, I think so. The named parameter level is not defined. It's like correcting the name. Let's see. Yeah, it does. That have. Ah, I see. I think it's. Oh, you see, it's in cached, though, right? It's in cached. So let's try flat. Oh, always being flutter clean. Now it still didn't resolve the problem. We also have some errors here in the integration tests. I think we still have a lot. No, we have still lots of errors. It's about the packages, we have to update this package. And my assumption is we see like five package are discontinued and 21 package have new version compared with the previous constraint. I can't, what's the error? All right, let's try this command out again. I think this command is fixing the problem. Yeah. And now we come back. No, it didn't. It didn't fix it. Friday. That was the last commit. It was on Friday. Let's check if this was the last commit. Let's see, we had in the master here, and the last commit was 2 hours ago. So this is updated. Not really sure this is related to this, but we have to make sure we have the. Let me take a look at my fork. Okay, now it's updated. But it was updated already. I don't know. Yeah. So let's git pull. Okay, git pull. Now I think it's update packages. Okay. To mean silence while we are waiting this to complete, let's take a look at the next thing we can do today. Time is fading. No, Flutter is amazing. Yeah. So contributing to Flutter, and we were right here running examples. I want to run tests. Okay, so we make sure everything is working. We have to run tests. Got package, got dependencies. Let's see. I hope everything works at this time. Okay, let's wait for errors. Errors. Maybe open errors, please. Do we have any? No, no, we don't. That's cool. Project set it up. So now we can run some tests or run the examples. So they say running examples, see if your setup works. So let's open this page and explore it. To run example, switch to the examples director and use a Flutter run. Make sure you have an emulator running or a device connected over USB and debugging enables. I don't have any. So let's see. Maybe we can use web. Yep. So we have to cd to Flutter examples. Okay. So cd examples and let's API hello world. Yeah. So cd hello world. And how about bean? No, bean is not here. So I think bean is. Oh, we still have some errors. We still have some bugs. Framework still the devices. Why so? I still have this device. I know this got committed. We should work. Correct. This is name it parameter doesn't exist. Well, if we take a look, yeah, it doesn't exist because this is using private here, private access. I'm not sure, but why if we? I'm sure if we change this, it's gonna work. Let's just try it. We change it, but we have to change also here. What else? Oh no, it does exist. It's here, but we see it's gone. It was private. Like it's private now. Yeah. we can change here, of course, because this is like a package is coming for a package, so that means the package is outdated or something like that, you know. Yeah, because we can change directly from here. Yeah, so that means something is not updated and we gotta update. Well, let's check. Let's try to understand which package is this one. UTF-8 decoder. UTF-8 decoder. Okay. UTF, which is in the package Skyline. Okay, Skyline. This is the other. Oh, yeah, this is the other one. So where is the Speaking Sky Skyline? No, that's not the package. That's not the package. It's part of that convert. It's part of Dart convert. Dart, no, just convert, I think. Yeah. 9 months ago, 12 months ago, 12 months ago, 14 months ago. So it still might be. Let's check what is the latest. I think is it flutter.dev and check. No, it's pub.dev. And convert. Okay, convert this. 312 is the last one. 212. Yeah, it's using the last one. All right. Let's take. We were looking at. UTF decoder. Yeah, it was the decoder, not the codec. It's not here. Okay, let's maybe try to run our example like that. Let's use the full. So this is Flutter and copy, copy, relative path. No, it should be the full path. Copy. So it's building the SDK, web SDK. So it's gonna run on my browser. Let's see if there is some error. But I have to be clarified about this. I'm sure this is about some packaging consistency, Yeah, I see you get the coder, and this really shouldn't be here. If I delete this, it's gonna work. Okay. Wait, where is the browser? Choose one. Okay. We have to select the Chrome. All right. Yeah, so you see, if we delete this allowed format, it allow mal format, it will disappear. Yeah, I still have to clarify this. I don't know. Sorry, but I hope it's you what? Without any problem. I hope so. Yep. What should happen? Ah, okay. We have the hello world here. Nice. So let's try to change something on this example. So let's come to the examples. Examples, by the way. Let's just run hello world. I think hello world. Yeah, hello world examples. No, too many hello words. So let's just find the examples. Hello world lib main. So we have only this text. Let's change this to I love open source. Then R to restart. I love open source. Bingo. Now we have our environment set up and it's working. We can see it's working. We can change stuff here and stuff, and it's working fine. So we have run an example, and it's also working fine. Maybe you can add a button here. Key it says center text. It says center. Okay, let's change this to one column and the word one child. Let's move this and put here cost and the action. But what is this all about, by the way? Run up. And define it. Just add the elevated button here. And press it. Delicious. Man, I gotta disable. Yeah, and the R. Title is also where is our button? Where is our button? It's still performing hot reload. God damn. This laptop is slow as hell. Nope, no directional widget found. Okay, we using elevated button, we have to use a app, we have to use a app here. Let's maybe wrap this into an app. Is that an app? Okay, let's maybe do this. Yeah, something like this, material app. We need a material app. So if we restart now, hello world, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's the body. We can wrap this into a, why is this not working? Wrap this into a column. And okay, we can actually copy past the thing we have copied before. Yeah, it isn't working. This is because, yeah, why are we using? Okay, this is because of this. Yeah, let's know. Yeah, we see. Click me, and yeah, in fact, this is working. So let's stop it. It's restore. Okay, okay. We want to restore everything here. We didn't change it, so only this file. Yeah. So now let's go back to the documentation. We see you can also specify a particular Dart file to run if you want to run an example that doesn't have a libmain file using -t command line option, for example, to run widgets spinning square, examples in the layers direction. Okay. Flutter run. Oh, that's cool. Let's maybe run this. Yeah, maybe here being Flutter run -t. Oh, we added the -t there. Target file not found. That's interesting. Okay, maybe wait. CD widgets. What is the widgets? Okay, it's example widgets, I think. Example widgets. Nope. Where is widgets? Not here. Not inside examples. Okay, it's inside layers. Yeah, so we should do bin flutter run -t examples layers widgets. Yeah, and then the name of the widget, like spinning something, a square. Yeah, no supported device connected. Okay, we have to connect to one device. I see. Yeah, but that's it. We got it. It's working. So let's go back and see what else we can do. Static guide for hypothesis region, signing commit. Okay, I think we'll stay for here. We stay here for today. And in today's video, we have seen like now I can open now my share. I hope this and update. This is some continuous work, this something they had lots of information to read, and if I read all the information today, this video will be 2 hours long, and I want you to spend all your time on this. So yeah, I will do that after the video. And the community license repository, we saw how to get involved in the community. We have onboarded ourselves on the Slack Discord channel, and we have also read the license, and I bet all the licenses are the same. We didn't see the CLA, but I have read. I think I have already signed the CLA for Google, but I could not find information on the Flutter repository. But I will take a look after this. We have explored the repositories, mainly the Flutter repository, and we have set it up. Okay, set up. It should be set up. We have set up the Flutter repo. We have built Flutter from source actually, and yeah. So, and then in the next video we are going to explore the widgets, the elements, rendering object lifecycle, like how the widgets are rendered on screen, and it's gonna help us a lot to understand how things works under the hood. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you watch the next video. So yeah, bye bye.